committee spoke to those representatives, and I'll have her follow up with you with their names. She received them from Bill Welsh at the Nevada Hospital Association.
If they close,
it may be 3: Pershing and which one? Mount Grant. I also heard there was some rumors of the North Las Vegas Hospital with a 10% Medicaid reduction.
If we close Nevada State Prison, how close does that get us to having to release prisoners?
You know, I don't think it makes sense to close Nevada State Prison. Why would we close a prison and then spend $221 million to build a new one at the same time? We would also be laying off Northern Nevada correctional officers at a time when they can't sell their house because they're upside down. It just doesn't seem very well thought out. You know, at some point, if you don't have beds, early unearned release is your only alternative. We can't support that.
I think you will see, though, through committees such as the one that Senator Horn is chairing, and on the Senate side, reforms to the correction system that, you know, balance the need for public safety with treatment so that we are incarcerating the most violent offenders and keeping our community safe.
So the hearings will go through, starting next Thursday, we'll go through each area of the budget, and we'll be asking very specific questions on the proposals in each of the areas. It was interesting to me that the governor's counting on the federal stimulus money to block some of further cuts in health and human services. Well, that money hasn't even passed Congress yet.
And it requires the state match typically. So again, it begs the question. You know, we need Nevada needs Nevada solutions. Yes, we should work in partnership with our federal delegation and the federal government, but we need to solve this problem for Nevada, and we need leadership to do that.
Well, why did you say he's abolishing the nuclear waste office? He's not doing that. He's just dramatically reducing the staffing there, is what I understand. We asked his people during the budget briefing today about the lawsuit. Someone asked that question. He said, oh no, that's not going to affect that funding at all.
Our fiscal analysts met with the budget division and advised us that he is recommending elimination of that office. They have 7 employees. He's recommending eliminating 5, transferring the remaining 2 to work under the governor, and that no money was given as requested by the Attorney General for the lawsuits. So it's based on our budget.
Maybe I missed that this morning. Did I miss that, everybody? Did he actually say he was abolishing that office? I didn't think so.
He did say the 2 would be left.
Yeah, he said 2 would be left in the office, is what I thought he was.
They chose not to say they were going to abolish the office.
Yeah.
I think the idea was they were eliminating the office, bringing the 2 remaining people from it under his office directly.
He did say that.
Did he?
Well,
That they're eliminating the
why
office?
he talks about
Chuck Muth could be the new director.
taxes, yet
What?
included the
Chuck
room
Muth could
tax
be the new
revenue,
director.
tax increase
hired
in
a
his
new
budget.
director.
He didn't talk about that out there.
You need to ask the governor. This is
So it's essentially
this is when
Breslow,
we
is that the
don't
guy's name? He's
need
gonna be working for governor?
games. We don't need grandstanding. As he said, we need solutions, and be transparent with Nevada. Talk to them honestly and openly. And I was surprised as you were that he would include it in his budget, but then not talk about it in his state address.
Is the state lotto becoming any more realistic as we move along with this?
I am sure that there will be a state lottery bill again this legislative session. Certainly at my town hall meetings, it came up at every single one as something Nevadans want. We'll see.
You talk about being open and transparent. Are you guys preparing up a separate budget or set of budget proposals, and can you guys release that?
The process that will follow is starting next Thursday, we will review the major portions of the budget. We have a spreadsheet which can tell you which area we'll be considering, what day, what times. After we review that, we will then have the full committee start its work on February 2nd. We do not prepare an alternate budget in terms of here's a legislative budget and then let's reconcile them, because traditionally we just don't have time to do that. So we start with the governor's budget, and we break it down into subcommittees, and we decide, you know, justify why you want to proceed this way. The legislature will agree or disagree with the governor's proposal, restore funding, and proceed with making changes. All of that will be done in open hearings.
So you're not gonna be doing that, you're not gonna be preparing a separate budget?
No, we never have. We're gonna proceed the way we traditionally have. Mark my words, there will be significant changes.
I think what you'll see from us is a set of priorities and a vision for how we can move the state forward. And as we go through the process that the speaker explained, those priorities will be revealed and incorporated into the amendments that we make to the budget.
Is that gonna come 3 or 4 months from now, or when do you think you're gonna be done with the budget review and see how much money you really need?
We would like to do it sooner rather than later. There's so much uncertainty out there. How does K through 12 plan when they have no idea how much money they're going to have? How does the higher education system plan with the school year just about to start, not knowing if they have to shut down programs that maybe, you know, they won't even know how much tuition they need to charge. They just, their future is at stake. So the sooner, the better. You know, we would like to push these difficult decisions and try to have a resolution by the 1st of May.
Governor also threw out, and spent a bit of time on talking about his energy bills, and talking about attracting green energy to Nevada. Is that something that's feasible in the economic climate we have right now, encouraging much of any growth? I mean, what can be done? And do you agree that that's where we need to focus on energy right now?
Well, we do need to make Nevada the nation's leader in renewables. And there are some unique opportunities for us to do that. I think that a number of the components the governor laid out fit with what the speaker and I and others have been talking about for some time now, and it's just a matter of putting the final package together and making sure that it works. I think we need to be careful about the incentive package that he was suggesting, simply because when you're talking about cutting K through 12 higher ed and health and human services at the levels that he was proposing, and yet he wants to write essentially a blank check to an industry we haven't even developed yet. Again, we need to balance the interest of Nevadans against that type of vision.
We thank you for coming tonight.